come in,
Yeah,
we'll send it through.
We'll slide over.
Is this
No need to,
Anybody
anybody
Yes.
uncomfortable?
It's 1 o'clock, I call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Dave Corbett here.
Alan Slavin.
Ron Foster?
Charlie Cleaver.
Sandy Slavin, I declare we have a quorum. The first thing on our agenda is a discussion and vote for a chairman. I make a motion that Alan Slavin be the chair.
Second.
I'll second that. In a heartbeat.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained?
That's it.
501.
How'd you get 5?
401.
Thank you, dear.
And you're now chair.
Okay,
Thank you, Alan.
everybody have a copy of the minutes, number 3?
I sent them out.
Need a motion to approve unless there's any changes needed?
I can't,
You just have to abstain, you're just approving
Motion
the
to
idea
approve
of
the minutes.
not the minutes itself.
I have a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
21st, was it?
Sandy? Yes?
Yes. We don't need to roll call.
This isn't listed as a Zoom meeting also, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, abstained?
Steve? Okay. Yes.
Which group?
Which group do you
Capital
want?
planning?
Okay, I thought I had your class, well, maybe not. Derek just called, he is not gonna be able to make it,
We know why.
okay. The other thing that I wanted to just, throw out there for you, the leases on our copiers, the bulk of them that are here in town hall, run out next August. And a couple in September. We pay a lot of money for leasing them.
You
So
wanna buy them
his
outright?
thought was to buy them, and then we'll just do maintenance agreements for them. So it may be something that he is gonna come to you about, for the Springtown meeting, the annual.
Not for the fall.
Purchasing the ones we already have.
Yeah, the ones that we have now, the leases run out in August of 25.
We get some kind of a discount because we buy the ones that are here.
I don't know, but I'm sure that I can ask about that
Okay.
for you. Because they are maintained and stuff, but he just wanted me to let you know about that, that's all.
My opinion is, we talked about this a long time ago, doing it way, way back. Financially, it makes a lot of sense, it saves the town money long-term. Especially if you get a service program that's reasonable.
The service programs, the way they work is, the ones that we have right now is we pay by.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is not on the agenda.
Not the agenda, but I just
Okay.
make a comment. that's
Yeah,
all.
that's.
Okay.
Not
So,
asking for a vote.
Yeah, because it's something you can discuss, but just so you're aware of it at the
Take
time.
under advisement.
Service
Actually,
agreement,
we could
the
take
way
it-
they
we
work
could take it
now
under
is,
number
the one that
8.
we have is,
Yeah.
we don't pay for
Not
toner.
anticipated.
We get
Excuse
it,
me,
they come
can you
out.
let her finish before you talk over her? Thank you.
We already had someone say that we should be discussing this right now under this. You have number 8, we can discuss it. Thank you.
No problem.
It started, hasn't it?
Oh, wait,
Oh, God, already.
Hey, you made the motion.
okay. Number 4, we don't have any department heads here now. Are they coming?
Yes.
Okay,
At least at 1:05.
I saw Walter a little while ago.
Probably waiting till the last minute.
You may be busy.
Well,
Yeah,
Chair, is there something you would like to discuss on the agenda if we don't have anybody here yet?
well, we're discussing bylaw changes. And the bylaw changes, are we just talking about Wareham bylaw changes or bylaw changes as proposed to the Finance Committee / Capital Planning? Just asking the questions down here, so I have no idea what it's for.
It was a carryover from last meeting.
Okay, because the bylaw changes, there's a committee that's doing that.
Yes, it was, I believe it was, what do we want for a bylaw change so we can submit it to the bylaw change committee
Right.
as our recommendation? That's, I believe, was the understanding at the last meeting.
Has anybody put anything together yet?
I don't think so. You're chair.
That
I would
that was
suggest that-
Jerry's
Right.
issue. He wanted to change the definition of a
He passed
capital.
out
He
Package.
passed out a document.
Yeah, he wanted to change the, in order to do that, I think he had to change the bylaws.
What I was gonna discuss in the bylaw, if you look at what the state, come on, so,
I called you Korea.
okay.
I just realized what time, I didn't realize how late it was already.
If you look at these, what the MGL says about capital planning committee, capital planning committee was defunct. Dave Trudell and I put it back together after meeting with the town accountant, Tom Bliss. Tom was a good guy, but when I went to see him, he said, we don't have any money, so why bother? That's way back, 2007 maybe, if you
I
remember.
remember.
So I said, what happens if you do have money? And there was no answer. So Dave Trudell and I, Dave was on the finance committee, we put together capital planning committee. Capital planning committee was supposed to have two phases. One was to build trust in all the departments to actually bring forth things they needed because they felt it was a waste of time, nothing was gonna happen. The second phase, which we never instituted, was to sit with the town administrator and the town treasurer, et cetera, find out how and when we get paid for stuff. Because you can put anything you want down on a piece of paper. If you don't have a plan, you're just putting things on the table. We have some large things we're looking at down the line. I'm not sure how we control them or not. I remember, I think it was before everything hit the fan, sort of, I went to town meeting with a $95 million capital plan overall over 5 years plus. Didn't go over very well with the town administrator at the time. I think that second phase is something we're gonna have to institute going forward, because between FEMA, EPA, DEP, coming down with TMD rules, et cetera. If you watched the selectmen's meeting last night, Derek mentioned that there's gonna be X number of acres of cranberry bogs gonna be taken out of service. The cranberry bogs, the water through the bog goes into one of the rivers. The issue is that gonna make any real difference? Because they're not making life easy for Wareham. Within 5 years, we have to start showing improvement. The problem is that we're suffering because of Rochester,
Downstream.
Carver, part of Plymouth, and even part of Middleborough. The water flows underground north to south. So it goes up to Buzzards Bay, and we're responsible for it. And their answer to us was, we want you to sewer everything in town, or you have to have the most strict, nitrogen reducing system there is. So we could have people that just put a new system in, say, 4 years ago, and it may not meet the standard. I don't know about you, but how do we tell someone you gotta spend $70,000 now?
Right.
So it's an issue. There's no money available. There are grants for water and sewer that are out there from the state. There's a lot of, that's one of the few things they're really pushing. So we have to recognize that. We have to recognize, what does the plant do? The plant right now is trying to bring us back to where it was. Everything's worn out, they're replacing stuff. But the plant, as far as our sewer commission member, has told me that the plant itself still puts out one of the lowest numbers of nitrates into the water. I asked the question, if we do all these things we're doing now, is that gonna improve? The answer was no. So we're still looking at the possibility of either having some way to expand the plant or to build a second plant. To build a second plant, the dollar cost is phenomenal. But we have to realize that it's coming down the line because they're forcing everything on us. It's not like we have a choice. So I think we should really start, when we do stuff, is to add phase 2 and bring that into the system. We need a new police station. But there's been talk about maybe 2028 to start to put together money. I just, where do we go before you yell at? These are things that, we need to figure out, because until we have a plan, and John, you got 2 years left, in 20 days,
About 10 months.
10 months. So whoever's gonna take John's place is gonna have to figure this out as well. There is no plans in place really, except that we know that Wareham's debt load, I think, is in 2028 or so, it drops down, so 2029 would be the game plan. I just bring this out so we understand what it is. I think it's only fair to, go ahead and really finish what we're supposed to do. It's not me saying how we do it, it's what Mass General Law says we're supposed to do. I think I sent everybody a copy of that also 2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay? Any
potential
comments?
to expand the plant we have right now?
Scott should be here, you can ask him the question.
I'm not too comfortable asking Scott the question without Derek here. Because you're asking Scott to comment on something he may not have enough information on. I don't want to put him on the
Well,
spot.
right now,
because
what
of
we are
the-
doing is improving the plant with the clarifiers, which is a huge improvement, and upgrading the headworks.
Right.
Big change. So that will allow us to bring in some septic and allow it for income. So those are two major changes to the
Right.
plant.
But it doesn't improve the output going out, it's already about as good as it's gonna be.
It will improve it because the clarifiers will be a lot more efficient, therefore we won't have stuff going downstream that has to be treated. The clarifiers will take care of a lot of upfront that the current ones do not do. So we are improving, so we'll need less chemicals to bring down the nitrogen.
I think we just need to ask Scott just a simple question, are we gonna improve the output going in? Because
Well-
we have to show something,
We'll need it, well, when his time comes up, we will ask him.
if he's comfortable with it. Like I said, I'd
Oh,
rather have Derek
he-
here with him.
I'm sure, he will tell you his nitrogen output and what can be done to improve it.
This is gonna be fun. It's like the old days. Thank you.
I made no notes of what we just discussed.
It's okay. I
It was
guess
just a discussion.
It's really, it goes to the bylaws because of what I said, everybody.
Okay, well, okay.
So, anybody have any questions on what I said? Thank you. Okay, hey, I haven't seen you in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You got a list for us?
I apologize, because I was under the impression that this was gonna be, we usually do the pre-meeting with Derek about what we were looking for. But right now, I don't believe we have any open projects as far as from this current year, other than the 150,000 that we always have earmarked for our cruiser leases. But I was looking for, and the chief, we had a discussion about potentially asking for, to buy 2 more cruisers outright without a lease.
Okay. The issue we always have is it depends on how much free cash Derek ends up
Correct.
with. Whether that or we have to, finance the lease or whatever. It strictly depends on that. He has full control of that, we don't.
Do you have any numbers?
Yes.
Good.
So what we have seen, as you guys kind of mentioned earlier, everything has gone up significantly.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
at the last meeting, we got this document from the police department for two cruisers for 141,000, and then record management, CAD software, radio, and telephone recorder. Are you asking for more than what we already have here? This is just over 200,000, this
That was,
document.
yes, because so basically what we got in town meeting was we didn't get the
You didn't get any of that in town meeting.
only thing we had,
You got the tasers and body camera
The
for
re-
75,000.
the recorder and management and CAD software, we got that because.
Yes, 65,000,
Yes.
yes. So is this above and beyond that?
No, I'm sorry, that's what, but that price, that 140 has gone up now, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Because of what's going on, so essentially, a cruiser used to be $52,000 to $54,000, that's everything. Now, the car alone is $54,000, so that's before we put any lights, anything on it. So now we're in the area of roughly $78,000 for a car. Call it $79,000 for a car. That's how much it's gone up in just, call it 4 years?
Sitting on the ground?
Charlie, you have any questions?
No,
Is that all you want?
That was be the only thing we were looking for, and then the only thing that there was a discussion about is, as a result, with the vehicles, we have a drone now, and some kind of some support stuff to go for that drone. That's the only thing that's definitely not on that, because it'd be an additional $14,000 to get things to support the drone.
You also have to,
That's not quite
Basically.
capital.
Yeah,
no, but I'm just asking, you'd have to also have somebody training.
we have 3 pilots right now.
You do?
3
Okay.
licensed pilots, and we're looking at potentially 2 more taking the test in the next month.
So what you're asking for is 141 for 2 cruisers?
I would ask for more, basically the 160 for the 2 cruisers.
158,
78 each.
79.
And the other list on here for 59,60,000 for the other 2 items on here is what you're looking for? The first 2? we were gonna combine them into $1 amount, so they're 60,000?
No, so but that's the money that we've already been given.
Then I don't understand why this was given to us as new for 25.
No, that's from 24.
I'm sorry, does that say 25?
It does say 25 on it, so I
Yes, it
don't know
does.
where the confusion came from.
Yeah.
Okay, so all you're looking for is 160,000 for 2 cruisers?
Correct.
No body cameras?
No, we're still in the process of rolling the program out. We have the money we've already been given from the town.
Okay, so the money for tasers and body cameras for 75,000 you got in 23, is that spent yet?
No, I'll take that back. Some of it has been spent. The
Okay,
taser
but
part of
not
it has been
completed.
spent. Incomplete, correct.
The record management software and radio for 65K from the special spring 24 is still outstanding?
Yep, that's still in
Okay.
the process, yeah.
Because I was trying to make sure what was open and funded was or was not completed, and you've answered my question.
Okay.
John, everything's
Can we carry that
still
forward?
being held for them?
What's that?
The money that was assigned is still sitting there for them?
Whatever was voted on in the spring still there.
Okay. Anybody else? No? I'll bring up something which is here, but it's not, it's a long-term thing. We all know about the police station, you know, we've
Sure.
made a kind of a commitment, Mr.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Gerard and I have a bet about breakfast, but who buys what. It depends whether we make his retirement plan or not. So the bottom line is that it's something that we need to do. There is a couple pieces of property that are possible. One is definitely available, another one's possible. We'll have to sit with the town administrator and John to see whether or not we can come up with something. We kind of made a semi-commitment for 2028 to put something in place and start in 29, but until you have the land to put it on, you know, it's a problem. You know, there's talk about the Deacon School, which has always been politically a mess, and there's also talk about the ball fields at Deacon School of converting that and moving the ball fields up to the other facilities. So it's something we need to at least put on the paperwork to show it's there. And the price of you know, the original price was like $19 million about 3 years ago, whatever. The price is like 45 to 50.
You wanna add that to the capital plan?
Yes, please. It's a long-term item, it's not like in the 5 years, but it's
Well,
something
we
that
have
shows.
something called extraordinary,
Yes, dear,
and you want 45,
60,
60 million?
yeah.
The extraordinary part would be
We charge admission for this.
You're gonna be on
going
that
back and
committee
forth.
again?
Oh,
It gets
God.
better, don't worry. That's it, nothing else you have?
That was all that we have discussed lately, so.
Nothing temporary garage or anything? Just
Well,
asking.
the only question was, we were under the impression that was Dave Bernard is gonna be redoing the garage. He
So
was
it's under his
soliciting
budget?
funding. That was under his, because of the building and grounds side of his thing.
Okay,
Anybody else have questions for him? Life is easy.
That's all that's on the plan.
It's $10 for entertainment fee, by the way. We'll keep you advised of the other thing we talked about.
Okay, yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
So if you have 2 breakfasts, yours, if not, I have to take you to El Marachi's for lunch.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. What's our status as far as, you know, debt coming up? Are we in that, still in that line for 25 yet?
We're in that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only town debt other than that.
One of the things that we talked about off record right now is going back 15 years probably, is that the ideal thing to do is to pick a deadline you wanna have and maintain it constantly.
Yes,
Yeah, shouldn't be fluctuating
rather
down to
than,
nothing and then come
rather
back.
than this here.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
A set level,
He
that's.
has been though.
I know, because we had the issue with the school buses way back then. Frank Heath, who was the chair of the finance committee at the time, and I sat down and we figured out a system for how they could maintain their buses over a 7-year lifespan and how you replace them dollar-wise. They didn't really do anything, but they're actually doing it now. So that's critical.
That's progress.
It's really accounting 101 for financing, so.
I can make copies, I can send out that Excel.
Just send it out,
Yeah.
don't kill, you kill enough papers in this. Hi. You can put this under entertainment instead of government, by the way.
You have to pay people to watch.
You're closest. Plus you're semi-quick.
I could have done that. Welcome.
Welcome.
You don't have to welcome Matt.
The old days was fun. We'd have 10 to 15 people,
Yep.
at least 2 selectmen.
Yes.
And then we had the slave on roof for recording.
Yeah,
So where's
we
he,
had some meetings downstairs in that
where's he
auditorium.
looking for the vehicle? Is he in
I think it was Connecticut or Rhode Island, I think.
a big vehicle?
You know what he wants?
No, I don't.
Grand Trip. We're on, you can hold for a minute with
Pause.
pause.
$5.
Okay, next we have Dave Bernard from Municipal Maintenance to discuss.
The,
Can you turn her back on?
my
Yes.
big belly.
Thank you. Welcome,
Oh,
nice weather.
yeah, beautiful. Beautiful working weather.
It is.
Ton of work to do.
Yeah, you can't win. They complained on Facebook about, the trash over at Onset and stuff, beach, whatever. My comments, I usually never respond to anything. on
Trash is
Facebook,
trash,
and they
yeah.
complaining about, well, I said, the problem is people. The problem is people come in with coolers, bags, whatever, they go back home with their coolers and bags, except whatever was in those bags, they leave behind.
Yeah.
And because they're complaining about we should have more barrels again. And I said, no, because all they do is throw the stuff next to the barrels.
Yeah, and then it blows up, seagulls get all over the place, yeah, it's a
It's
mess, makes a mess,
strictly,
yeah.
it's strictly a people problem, no matter
Yeah.
how they want it, how you want to cut it. They just want to blame the town, they don't.
That's quite a list. I
It's
will
always
make
quite a
sure
list.
everything I have in the plan is replaced with this.
Okay, very good. Yeah, because there's a bunch on that there's checks off. I didn't know if you wanted to go through it and as far as what was already purchased and ordered and stuff like
I
that.
do have a whole list of stuff that has been funded that I was gonna ask you if it's been completed.
Okay. So you
Do
wanted
you wanna
do
start with that?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that
Okay,
first.
so we have a,
We know who the boss is.
in
then.
23, we have
We
a
know who the boss is.
10-wheeler with plow for
Sure
$375.
sounds good here.
On 23, it's, the
Yeah.
vehicle,
Here, take a look,
okay,
start at the top, see the ones that say 23, yeah,
Right here?
those,
okay, so the 10-wheeler with the plow,
that's,
oh, that's the
This
other
one
one.
up, this one.
10-wheeler, yeah, 375. This has been, it's actually sitting at the place to put the body on right now.
okay, so it's still work in progress.
It's still work in
Okay.
progress, but it's, the truck actually was made anyway.
Oh.
It's probably 6 months out before we might not see it till
Okay,
like
so
January
it's still-
1st, before
okay.
we actually see it.
Next
Um,
line,
The 3/4 ton pickup, that's good, we have received that one already.
okay, you
so
go
we
put an
just check-
X next to it.
X next to it, okay. 2 6-wheeler class 8s with plows, they've been ordered, that's gonna be a year and a half out.
The rest are all in 24, so they
Yeah.
probably haven't been done yet.
Yeah, same thing with that. The radar signs, we did receive them, so, yes, we have on that, on the speed radar.
Okay, all right, then X
It's
it.
100K, but it's not, they only spent like 60 something on
Okay,
it.
so I
So-
can remove it.
Yep, that can be removed. 100K, that's ongoing on that for the catch basins. 3 vehicles, that's ongoing too,
So
we haven't got
that's-
nothing that, so, all right, yeah.
Therefore, everything else on here I'll replace with what you just gave me.
Okay,
I
there's
will,
Also buildings underneath
yeah,
that,
the
right?
building is the next line.
Yeah,
There's your buildings.
yeah,
There's nothing, I have nothing funded for any of the buildings other than the library.
okay, yeah. Just the
So,
library that's on there.
Here's the library. We had the roof,
It's been completed.
okay,
Exterior, nope.
nope. And-
HVAC, no.
oh, okay, so just
That
that.
was the carpeting, just that. Carpeting, yes.
Well, carpeting we never really funded.
I know, but
It was
it's
insurance.
been completed.
Okay, so I can,
And that's why even some of these things, like on the previous, you'll see low bed and stuff like that, was on my capital plan previously, has been already taken care of. We got it under 25,
that's
so.
what, so I will totally update this
Yeah,
one.
updated with that list I just gave you.
But didn't was it the carpet insurance?
Some insurance, some us.
Okay.
So they didn't, they only paid for like 1/3, like an L part of the wing, and we had to pay the other half.
So what's the status of the library now? I mean, it's closed.
It's actually, they're starting the cleaning and stuff tomorrow. So they're gonna do the duct work and everything else. Hopefully, once that's done, then I can have the rest of the stuff cleaned and we could probably open it back up. And
Do you have a timeline on it?
I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks it should be able to be opened.
I'll probably plan for October 1st.
My wife,
Yeah.
my wife asked me that.
Yeah, yeah, so that should be, yeah, in the next couple of weeks should be opened.
She'll be happy.
The prices you have for stuff, do you have to raise anything because everything's going up?
Yes, we did raise some stuff up, so that list has got all
Just what you got.
raised,
Whatever's on here will be the new 5-year
This is the
plan
new.
yes.
for both municipal maintenance and
And
building.
buildings, yep.
Yes,
Do you want to also, on the vehicles in particular, whatever, put a timeline that it's on this particular thing, but we may not get it for 3 years out? Because I don't think people realize how long the delay is stuff.
Yeah, that's like, even the vehicles, I mean, it was all appropriated, but some of the stuff you're not seeing for at least 2 years, so
Some
the
is
big
3 or
trucks,
4.
it's terrible.
Yeah, we heard that from everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it'd be good if people actually see that we're asking for the money now, but we're not gonna get it till here.
Yeah,
Right.
That's why we're asking for it now, because
Yeah.
if we ask for it 2 years later, we're not gonna get it for 3 years later.
yeah, even some of them trucks, I know I'm gonna get 2 years out of them, but that's about it, and you're pushing to get the 2 years. And
Yeah.
we're kinda lucky that we did get that, all them trucks this past meeting, just to be able to get all that stuff, you know.
Right.
Okay.
So, Good.
A question, I've been talking to Derek about, I guess kind of beautification of Wareham. There's a lot of stuff that we could do that we're not doing. And something I've been talking to him about is I'm not sure what to call it, but the yard by the ball field, where you separate the material.
Yep, okay.
It looks like hell. And I've been talking to Derek about cutting everything down, putting a nice fence up, so it represents the town. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it represents the town, the parking lot out front with no lines, the downtown with the weeds, all little stuff that, I'm not picking on you. I'm just talking about what I've been talking
Sounds
about.
like a good thing.
downtown with weeds, the garden club
Just did
has
it all.
weeks been cleaning
Yeah,
up.
they've been doing a great job, the guys.
So where it's still weeds downtown?
Yeah, they've been
I
doing
was
good.
down there this weekend and all,
Where?
up and down Main Street.
No, they've been working on that for the last week and a half. I watched the old ladies.
Okay.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
they were out there
They've
this
been doing it
morning.
for months.
Yeah, they were out there this morning.
What
doing
about
a
your
bunch of
yard
stuff.
I didn't see
of
that.
Charge
Yeah.
Pond?
That, I mean, it's just it's gravel, I didn't think it was that unsightly, it's just like that's where we recycle all our stuff, so, like, we get the rocks and we, it's just
I
recycled
live up, I go
materials.
by, I
Yeah.
live on Jonathan, so I go by there every day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
but it's
recycled
not a
materials.
well-traveled road,
Yeah, secondary road, but I mean, as far as, I didn't think it was that bad for unsightliness, it's kind of like just raw materials, really, it's recycled materials, that's what we're doing, so. But we could think about investing in fencing over there or something
We
like that.
have to,
But it's gonna be hot, because they're piles, so it's hard to.
you
I know,
gotta,
but
have
I
to
mean,
have a
aside
third-
from the piles, it looked like hell. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just weeds and crap and the fence is falling down, the gate is one chain.
Yeah,
It
one
just,
chain across,
to
yeah.
me, I'm trying to get into town, we're not poor. Regardless of what Alan says, we're not poor.
Not poor.
Talk to John, we're not poor.
No comment.
We're not poor, and there's a lot of things, the comment you made last go around. We should start building, stop repairing, stop building, because we're not poor. And part of that, to
as long as we
me,
borrow.
we're, in that situation, we're in good shape.
Yeah,
well,
we always have been. The problem is you can borrow, but can you pay it back?
Yeah,
Remember that.
we can pay it. Right, John?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then you have to
We'll let
start
Derek do the
thinking about
talking on that.
priorities.
Yeah.
Is that a priority?
I'm talking about
versus-
little things that we could do to make the town look better.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, just putting
Quality of life.
weed kill on the lawn, lines on town. To come to town hall, you can't, I mean, there's no lines. That's only $7,000.
So we can ask Conway to donate a fence for us?
Sure. I don't work there anymore, but
Okay.
I mean, if you really wanna compare like this, years ago, we've had 55 employees at municipal
Oh,
maintenance.
yeah.
Now we're down to a handful of people, I couldn't come in.
How many
every
do
day.
you have now?
Well, now we just got another laborer, I just started this week, so I'm probably today, in
Six?
maybe, well, no, more than that, I probably got like 10,
10,
11 people now.
That
Well, I mean,
takes
the
a
whole
lot.
thing is 25 with, you know,
Yeah.
custodians, you got, part-time people at the
Right.
transfer station, stuff like that, but, 55, we used to have a tree department, parks and grounds department, a
Right.
cemetery department, a tree department, highway, we had 15 guys alone just in highway. So this is where it suffers, I mean, they've laid off how many people over the years, and now you try to get these people back at the rates with the town pays, we haven't been having luck. I've been going through people like, this is crazy, but you come in, they think they're gonna be just standing on a shovel, and we work every day, so
Yeah.
these guys come in, they say,
They're definitely busy. I noticed the difference from when I started years and years ago to what you have now and the work they do. They're constantly doing
Yeah.
work. You don't usually see anybody standing around like
like
some
years-
places
years
you
ago,
go.
Yeah,
No, I think the guys you have are doing a good job. I just would like to have more guys.
yeah. I mean, we used to be the largest, you could probably even attest to that, largest department in town.
Yep.
That municipal maintenance was the biggest budget. Now, what are we, number 3 now, maybe or something? You got the police way higher than us,
Well, the
right?
school's always number one.
Right? School, but like I said, we were twice the size of the police department as far as budget wise, and now they're over twice the size of us. Everybody starts, like, it's more first responders type thing than versus us, that they
A lot
really
of,
cut
a lot
part,
of the
we can get
departments.
cut.
Library was a lot bigger.
Yeah,
We had a recreation department. We
Yeah.
had a much larger council on aging. So, yeah, it's pretty much over the years doing what we can do.
yeah.
When the state level funds us every budget year, you fall behind constantly.
Oh,
Level
absolutely.
funding does not work.
Look at chapter 90 funding, look, it's 200 million, since what, 25 years ago? This is the same exact 200 million we're getting 25 years later.
And
And
they
people
want
don't
more out of
understand,
it.
people don't understand that, the road work gets smaller and smaller, If you do a road properly, it's $1 million a mile. And I always look, you're close to 200 road miles, so if you're getting $756,000 a year, how long does it take you to do 200 miles of road?
Yeah.
Over 200 years. And then the roads don't last 200 years, they last 20. So the stuff they're using recycled material in it and stuff, you're getting 15 out of them. So this is where everybody's gonna understand, this is just the way it is, unless there's some serious money comes to this.
Well, if you look at like 6 and 28 project that I've been involved with constantly, the original project was to go from before Stop and Shop, they actually were gonna fix the area, we have one way on each side, they're gonna clear all that out and go all the way down to the Cohasset Narrows Bridge. It was $11 million project.
Yeah.
The project we have right now goes from just before Stop and Shop to
Red
Red
Brook.
Brook Road. It's
Yeah.
over $19 million.
Yeah.
It gives you an idea.
Yeah.
I remember, I was on the MMA Board of Directors, we have a meeting every month with the Lieutenant Governor Advisory Committee. I'll do this real quick. They allowed me to speak once and once only.
Smart move.
It was a smart move. So Alan said, okay, well, the Lieutenant Governor, we're talking about chapter 90. And I said, look, this is my idea, it's not MMA, so I don't want to get into trouble. What if we come up with the 351 communities and somehow pool together an extra $50 million? Could you leverage that and give us another 150 on top of that? Because we knew we needed at least $400 million to even begin to catch up at all. She got really mad at me. Said, well, I gave you $100 million. I said, no, Duval Patrick left it, didn't give it to us. That finished me off completely at that point. So she was very unhappy. But the
Okay.
bottom line is, it's been, at that point, my argument was that $200 million is worth like 30 or 40 million today,
Yeah.
in today's dollars. They're giving you, I think, 100 million more for different things now they added in the budget, but it's still, you can't, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
How many years are you behind on projects? 4 or 5?
Dave, what's a tub grinder?
Tub grinder is to be able to grind brush
Tub grinder.
and
Jump right
Oh.
in.
all the brush. 'Cause
Mulcher.
mulcher, like, yeah, it's just a recycling
Grinder.
machine, yeah, big
Okay.
grinder, yeah.
Yeah.
We hire it out every
Okay.
year, but that was something that's kinda on the wish list,
What's
that
an asphalt box?
it's something that we can, mix in it and drive around all around town, patch
Oh,
holes.
and
It holds
you
the
have a-
heat.
You have a chipper box truck.
Yeah, right now legally, right now we got a tree truck that has the box on the back of it, but it's got the boom, and legally you can't operate the boom and chip So if you have guys there, they're gonna wait till you get all the stuff. So if you had a chipper box
Oh.
truck, them guys could run behind the boom truck and just keep going, you know, instead, it's just trying to make it a little more efficient.
Rubber tires,
Excavator, that's to.
is that chop down all the tires that people leave on the side of the road?
No, it's a machine that you can drive over the street. Most of the excavators get steel tracks on them. We have one, it's an old one, but we have to tow it around from job to job with our low bid. And it would be just a lot easier to be able to take that right down the street. And that's what, most of the towns are starting to switch over to rubber tires, little smaller machines, something that you can do drainage work and everything, and
Okay.
just more efficient than a
Now,
backhoe.
for the buildings, in 21, you have upgrade multi-service
Excuse me,
elevator.
that's it.
Yep.
I'm the only one on today, Lynn's off on
Yep.
vacation, so I'm gonna get 50 calls.
It's okay.
So in FY 25, you have upgrade MSC elevator. Then again, in 26, you said upgrade MSC elevator.
It's
That might be just a misprint, let me see.
In 24, in 25, and in 26.
25, okay, upgrade elevator, 750, and we drop on 26.
They both say upgrade.
Elevator.
multi-service
Yeah, that's a
elevator.
double, that was a double,
Okay, so I'll take it out of
Yeah.
20, I'll take it out of 26.
you doubled on me.
It's okay.
Now, here's a question for you. Is there any consideration that what 3 buildings in Tremont Neal need a roof?
Actually, there's, I'm trying, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You
Four
got
building.
3.
We got the main steel building's good, the
Well-
other one's still, that's been roofed already, is the,
The freight building was roof and the factory building was roof. What's left?
you got the freight building,
Yeah, the one in the back.
yes, yeah.
That
way
got
back.
done with,
So you still got the bathroom building, you got the
Okay.
other center building, the store, with the historical
the
stuff.
pickle,
Right
the
in the
pickle
center.
building,
Yeah,
those
right
are
in
the
the
ones
center
in
of
the
the two.
middle,
Then you
okay.
got the one way in the back, near across from the one from the river, it's that small
Little
building.
shed.
Yeah, the shed, but it's still a building, right? it's
So
not a
are you
building.
considering using CPA
See,
funds since we've done all the other roofing for
We could
Tremont
do
Nail?
that, yeah.
Just something to consider.
yeah,
I just
No,
wanted to,
please do, Dave.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you have buildings that go,
We
ahead, yeah.
we have the funds available,
Okay,
it meets the requirements.
Yep.
It is, right now, I actually went out and met with 3 different groups to try to get them to spend money that we have,
okay.
that people are coming to us.
Oh, good. Well, you know what, I'll put something together on that, because even that one reel in the back, the shed type building and stuff, it's starting to, you know, because of that water, the flood zone and comes in there
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's showing a little bit of rock in the back part of it, so needs to be
now,
addressed.
we have 80,000 being submitted to town meeting for evaluation of the exterior windows and exterior of this building.
Yeah,
Is that different than this multi-servicing building evaluation that's to evaluate that building?
yeah,
So I need to put in the 80K here for the evaluation of the town hall.
yeah.
You've got
I
also,
thought you had that on there.
you got town hall envelope renovations.
Yeah,
No, evaluation, they're looking for 80K.
Building,
Okay, so I'll change that to
We already
80K.
approved that.
from 50 to 80.
It needs to go
it
on the
needs to
capital
be, yeah, it
plan,
needs to be on the plan, yeah. Anything we tackle, right, has to be on it.
because we don't know what it's gonna cost to fix until we
Right.
get that back. A lot of money into multi-service center.
Yeah.
Needs it.
Well, they're doing the EOC room and stuff, so there's, actually, they're looking into, there's a lot of grant money to get some of that, through that with the EOC, so as far as the generator upgrades and all that stuff, that's a lot of money.
yeah, everybody forgets that we were supposed to put the new for the elevator, because the elevator,
There's
now
no
it goes
generator.
up, there's no generator for it.
Well, I thought we brought the generator from the police department
No,
over.
we gave them, we gave somebody a generator.
We switched with the police
No,
department.
we gave them the one that we were supposed to buy.
Yeah,
That's what
yes,
happened.
that's what happened, the multi-service money generator went to the police department.
Yes,
They
not
needed,
the other
they
way.
were very, that was very,
Yeah.
they had it, their generator was inside the building, a gas one. That was pretty dangerous. there was lots of crack. I went over there, I was like, wow, man, I'm surprised nobody died from that. That was pretty bad.
You also have in 25 and 26, MSC building evaluation, $100,000 each year.
They doubled that one too then.
Yep,
Yep,
okay.
it's only one.
Where'd you find it, Alan? I see it in 26, where is it again?
You mean I was right for a change?
No, where is it? I see it in 26.
If you look at 25,
Uh-huh,
first item.
that's
buil-
Hammond, that's Hammond.
Oh, never mind.
Put that back on.
I was right.
See anyone?
Jeez,
We're gonna start keeping
this
score.
sucks.
So there's plenty available on the CPC for that, for the roofs and stuff.
Something to consider.
Oh, absolutely. What's the,
I wouldn't
what's the
consider
deadline
it.
on that?
I just do it.
Yeah.
Yep,
For Springtown meeting, January.
January first?
Just
Yeah.
please do it.
Also,
Yeah.
get a hold of who the developer is for Tremont now that we hired. You know, I'm not sure where they're at, it's been a while since we heard from them. See what plans they have, see if they have any grants coming or anything else, because they're supposed to be providing us with a plan to develop the Tremont Nail
Yeah.
air factory and stuff. And it's, what's it, 2 years now?
it's been a while.
I didn't hear what you said.
The developer that we hired for the Tremont Nail property, you know, because they're supposed to go out and sell the property, develop it or whatever.
They were, wow.
But there's been no response back, so I would find from Derek, you know, who it is, and ask him what's going on. Because there may be a grant they're gonna get in that for, maybe for repairing some of the buildings.
Yeah.
Any way we can find extra money is great.
And if you wanna keep Hammond School as historic building, you can look at those building evaluations for Hammond
Yeah.
under CPA for
See, okay.
historic preservation.
What about
Okay,
the
The
multi-service,
other side of
Needs a
Hammond
lot
is
of
pretty
work,
rough right now.
I'm sorry?
the multi-service center, which was what, a high school or whatever else?
School, yeah.
Can that be considered?
I can't do an elevator, I can't do a boiler. We did the roof, we did the air conditionings on the roof because that made the building usable.
Okay. let's
I don't
just
think
ask the
I don't
question.
think I can get a boiler done.
Can you look into it at least?
We can do Hammond.
Hammond's, I'm not worried about
No,
this.
Hammond is a building evaluation.
Right.
I'm just looking at, we have monies, you know, that we, if we can stretch it into the allowable, what they. allow.
Multi-service center building evaluation could be done, maybe the front HAV, because we did the back HAV. Something
Then I was-
to consider for our historic buildings, being the town hall, multi-service and Hammond. There could very well be some CPA funds available.
It might be possible to enlarge the roof units that are there to
Accommodate the rest of
accommodate the rest of the
the
building.
front end of the
Which might be
building.
a lot cheaper than trying to just, you know, do a separate unit for the front part of the building only. So I got my Justin looking into that now to see
How old's
if
the
that's
old one?
plausible. How old's? The roof units are fairly new.
Yeah.
They're less than what?
6 years maybe?
10, probably.
Maybe, well, we
10,
started
at least 10.
202, so at least, I've been there, so at least 10,
Yeah, probably 10 years old, the units,
yeah.
and the roof, yeah.
So it makes more sense to do one new than add on.
That one larger unit.
Well,
Yeah, you got one
something
that's
to-
10 years old, you put it, I mean,
Yeah.
it would make sense, it
Yeah.
seems.
Just something to consider.
Yeah,
Yeah. Consider using CPA funds for historic preservation and restoration on our buildings.
You have the money.
Tremont,
Yes, we have the money.
Hammond, Town Hall, multi-service. I can't think, any other old buildings in town? I don't think so.
well, Old Town Hall, that's on the lease, right, so
Yeah,
that's under them.
it's under them.
They may or may not stay there. Have to make a decision, the lease is up shortly,
Oh,
over the
really?
next couple of years, yeah.
Okay, so that one might change the capital too, if that's, comes back to us. And anybody hear anything on the other building over there across from Deacon's coming back to us,
We're trying to
American
work something with
Legion.
American Legion, because there's so few members alive, that's where
Yeah.
I put it. I'm not sure what's gonna happen there yet, one of the members is kinda stubborn about it, in a nice way.
You talking about on the Main Street?
Yeah, right across from the Deacon School.
American Legion,
American
on the way to
Legion.
the
Right in the corner.
hall.
It's a very valuable piece of property also because of all the retail development.
yeah.
Well, that roof was done using CPA funds not
Yeah,
so long
they
ago.
did a lot of work on it,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
nobody's been maintaining like the grass and stuff like that, it was
Just
like, geez,
nobody
it was
did.
like 2 foot tall, it was kinda crazy. So, but I heard that they were thinking about, you know, getting it back to the, what do you have, like a 99-year lease or something, and
No,
trying to get back to the town.
it was that if it was no longer used as an American Legion Hall, it has to be turned back to the town. That was the lease agreement. It
Kind
would
of,
stay American Legion
yeah,
until,
we approached them, I think, also, if they would consider joining in with VFW, having both together somehow. That
Yeah.
didn't fly.
Okay. But that, like I said, that would change the capital too, if we end up getting that back.
Okay.
Don't forget CPC.
Yep. Absolutely. Any more?
No, just love to write you a check, that's all.
a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I wish we had, to make it easier. The longer we wait with this stuff, it just gets worse.
yeah,
Especially since we order something now, it takes 3 years to get.
yeah.
We'll,
Those are terrible, yeah.
we, as a group, will keep looking at the state for the potential of infrastructure bills that may or may not come down, which include police station, buildings like we have here, et cetera.
Yeah,
It's there, you know, it's still percolating along, it hasn't gone through, you know, final to actually come out for a vote, but it's, we have to be very observant of that, because it's, if you have it ready to go, you might actually qualify for it.
yeah, we got bridges also that we gotta, and some culverts that we gotta address too. I mean, Farren Hill, just, I mean, it's coming up on the 100% design now, and that's over a $4 million project, just to get that bridge done.
Yeah.
So,
And that would really be tough if that road gets,
You have somebody
Closed.
calling you every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
At
it's all
least.
that, that's actually back, in case I get up there
At
real
least.
quick. So
Yeah.
it's, if we decide we're gonna tear down the Parker Mill Dam, which is supposedly we have an A and a B plan, the water that's gonna go through is gonna affect another bridge that they did just a year and a half ago on Route 25. And they didn't go deep enough because they expected the water to stay at a level. But if that water goes through, it goes down, and that bridge work becomes a zero. You have to
Wow.
redo it all. There's just so much stuff that,
you know, all upstream bridges
yeah,
and culverts have to be addressed by reducing that water level.
and the storm, as you know, your stormwater maintenance requirements in the state just keep going up,
yeah.
not going down.
All
Any
right,
other questions for David?
very good. All right, thank you.
Thank
Do what we
you.
can.
All right,
Have a
thanks.
good day,
You too?
Thanks, David.
and thank you for mowing.
There was 4 or 5 black bags, the guys came and cleaned those, you know, the big barrel dumpsters that we have on Main Street,
Yep,
and they've been sitting there for 4 or 5 days.
I picked them up yesterday.
I was there this
No.
morning, I think.
The black bags?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't
Double
taken
check.
them, I thought yesterday afternoon.
Where?
Down
Hudson?
Main Street?
No, Main Street. Where?
Main Street, right in Wareham, yeah, I picked them
Right
up.
next to the-
Oh, the garden club left them there from cleaning up all this.
Oh.
Yeah, But they got picked up yesterday, I had them do, unless they put some more.
No, I
in.
didn't see them today.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
picked them up yesterday
My
afternoon.
concern was that if it had garbage, you know what happens,
Yeah.
it comes and everything.
Yeah, they picked it up yesterday afternoon. So
Never
should be
mind.
good.
Leaves,
Wrong again.
Have a good night.
leaves. You too.
Hey, I know you're,
Trifecta would be perfect.
School.
Okay, let's go get the school back.
Need to go tell them.
Yeah, he's gonna be all set for me. Yeah.
Oh, you don't get along.
Oh,
So the only thing we have from school is,
That'll be interesting.
not even close.
Welcome.
Hi, it's your favorite ex-selectman.
hello,
Hello.
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 You can sit right up with us.
No, you're not getting away with that one.
Get in the front row.
How was everyone?
Good, how are you? What do you got for us?
All right. So I believe you did get a copy of what we submitted, or do you have a
We
copy?
got this. That's the only thing we've seen. That has to do with the Chromebooks, right?
Yeah.
This didn't come from us, I don't know
Want
that.
copies of this?
So
Yeah, I think we
We've
should.
not seen that.
You can go to Patty Neal's office.
Yeah, let's get you guys a copy.
You have the selectman's office, there's a copy.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you. I'm not up to speed, today's my first day at this meeting.
Why are you guys in here, a little bit cooler in
Listen,
this room?
we normally do not meet on this day, so we couldn't get 27.
They have mini splits, all the rooms.
Oh, do they?
I don't know everybody, so if I could have your names for the minutes.
Sure.
I'm Kristen Flynn, I'm the Director of
Kristen?
Finance, yes.
Finn?
Flynn, Flynn.
I'll give you this to pass down.
I'm Matthew DeAndrea,
Thank you.
and this young man is Eric Trahan.
Yep.
Eric?
Your position,
Director of Facilities.
thank you.
Okay. So just to give me a little more info, we usually meet later in the year for the spring town meeting. We're meeting now, is this for the fall town meeting, or is this?
Yeah, what happens is, normally we have free cash hopefully available. In the fall time, meeting, Derek tends to do capital items. We can also do it in the spring. We're going to probably reevaluate what is capital, what isn't, because the costs have gone up so much that instead of being like 50,000 for a building, it might go to 100. A vehicle might go to 40 or 50, but that has to be a bylaw change,
Okay,
just so you know. So
okay,
it's-
thank you.
We have two, what we call two annual town meetings now,
Right.
so there's no restrictions technically.
Okay. So this list that you just received, we have just begun including even capital projects that we are funding out of the school budget. We had a conversation, I think, last year with this committee, and we're informed that whenever we have something that would qualify as a capital item, to bring it to this committee. So there are items on here that are being funded by the school, out of the school budget. For example, the first one, the sanding and the finishing of the gymnasium floor at Wareham High School, we funded that out of the school budget.
Is it
That-
done?
It is done, yes,
Oh.
it is done.
Can I ask you a question? If this is already in the school budget, what do you do with the money that was budgeted then? Because in other words, if we're able to get this as a capital item to pay for it,
It was out of last year's school budget.
yeah, but does it come back? Because technically you're getting money twice for the same thing. Just asking.
What do you mean, does it come back?
If we put this as a capital item and it gets.
Oh,
Right,
oh,
so
no, we're
this
not
is-
asking
these-
for the money.
These are information,
So
these
for-
here
This
are
is information.
24, this
Yeah,
doesn't
Okay,
exist.
so these are
Right.
capital items that have been spent that were not on the capital plan.
That's correct,
Correct.
that's correct.
But we found
We're
a way to
just
fund it.
learning, we just
Right.
learned this last year, so we're trying to play a little bit of catch up
So
here.
these three for 24 have been done.
correct.
Yeah,
That is correct.
so they don't exist.
Or in the process of being done.
Right.
They just
Well,
informed us as they.
Right,
So they
so
don't
we're just
exist for us.
informing, and we're just,
Correct.
we're,
Yep,
I just wanted you to be informed of that.
Okay, next.
The pickup truck with the plow for fields and grounds. We had discussed this, I believe, in the spring with this committee. I think we had talked about it being $80,000.
It's on the plan for 80,000.
Okay. This is a pickup truck with the plow, we use it for plowing. We've had 3 trucks in the past. 2 of them are no longer operational. One of them does still work, and we were hoping to replace one of them. And the price has been changed to $133, $150.
Yeah, that's just looking for, through Sourcewell, a Ford F-550, but
So we'll change the
So that's-
80,000 to
you go into-
133.
You go into a medium duty truck.
correct, yeah, yeah. If we can only get one, might as well get something that's versatile for everything that
I
we need to
understand,
get
just
done.
asking.
Yep.
multi-use.
So we'll change the 80,000 to 133.
Probably also for information only is when you list the pickup truck, list it as an F-550 so people know.
Yeah, of course.
Because a pickup truck sounds like you're buying an F-150.
Anything, yeah, Chevy S10.
Yeah. If they still
Alan,
make
Yeah,
it.
they still made it.
Alan, 150?
F-550.
F 550,
550.
yep.
And if you wanna make a
The
note,
big one.
it's classified as a medium heavy-duty truck, except that it requires, I think, a special license as well to drive
Mhm.
technically.
It's just short of it.
Yeah.
It depends on how you set it up, though.
Mhm.
If the gross vehicle capacity could actually trigger it.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, we look
Careful.
at
Yeah.
non-CDL. but
Yes.
that's-
Are you planning on buying a Ford?
Matt, could I have that?
Is an
document?
F-550 just
Can I
Ford pickup?
have-
It's Ford, it's
No,
just the
that
one
one.
that I
Oh,
looked
okay.
at, yes, but
Yeah,
I'm
that
not.
one.
Oh, okay.
Chevys
Thank you.
go like 3,500.
Yeah.
Ford.
And they
I was
actually,
just
ha-
saying.
and they have a bigger one than that, actually.
Probably use
The
the
plan is-
state bid list, right?
Correct, yep, or any other
State bid
consortium.
or
Yeah.
Sourcewell
Or some-
or
yeah.
one of those.
Yep,
Yep,
absolutely.
yep. And then
So-
obviously
something
shop
that's been-
around.
Yeah.
Already, right.
Yep.
But that is a good point about, the licensing too, cause I
It's
know
all based on
other
gross
districts
vehicle
that
weights.
have run up against that when
Yeah.
they've gone to, register and inspect their vehicles
Yeah,
and
the
having
the
the correct
registry gets
license.
cranky.
And number 2 is the driver's ed car. This is for informational purposes only. As you may or may not know, we have driver ed classes at the high school. And of course, there are driving hours that the students need to go through. We have, I think currently we have 2 cars.
Yes, we have 2 cars. Mhm.
One of them needs to be replaced, it has over 100,000 miles. We have, the students pay a fee in order to participate in driver's ed. We have a revolving
$50 an
account.
hour.
This will be paid
just
for
paid.
out of that revolving account. So this is just simply for your information that we're currently looking at cars, and of course they have to be outfitted with the brake on the passenger side, so.
Standard or automatic?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, I think it's automatic.
Automatic.
Very
I
Oh,
don't
no,
think too
We
many
both
18-years
drive
have even
standards.
seen
Yeah, I love
standard
driving.
They
cars.
look at that pedal and say, what's that
We're
for?
trying to teach kids
I
and
know.
Got 2
just
brakes.
pass the test and.
Oh,
Right.
Excuse me, Charlie, do they still use in this committee that form you do? Develop a bond when someone wants to replace something, they put down what it is, what happens to the thing when they
We
replace it?
still have the form and it's part of the,
Does it get submitted? I'm just asking.
well, some department heads have been submitting them and some haven't.
All right, then we
You
should.
know, it tells you the present vehicle,
Yeah.
the mileage, all of that,
All right,
you know.
next meeting we'll discuss what we have, don't have, and go after it.
Derek has those and when he sends them out to the departments,
I know he does.
and I think it's on the drive, yeah, this form
Yeah,
here. It just kind
yeah,
of,
Yes.
we did
yeah,
that back in
yes.
2000.
Yes, we have
yeah,
that.
Okay,
I think-
yeah.
it's just,
It's the project sheet that
just
kind
wanna
of
make sure we have.
Project.
gives you
Right.
a narration as to
Right,
why
yes,
it's
yes.
needed,
We send-
what you're doing with the
yes,
old
this is what
vehicle.
we
Just the
send
back.
in.
Is it gonna be traded
Do you,
in, is
we
it gonna
have,
be
we have one
sold?
completed
Yeah.
for,
Well,
Yeah.
I can aggravate the wife for that.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure, like I say, this is day one. Unfortunately, I go back to
Oh, yeah.
2008 on this committee.
Old people.
Old people is right.
and
That's
that's what we're doing for you.
No buildings, no nothing.
No, the roof
No new
project,
schools?
it's going well.
Bite my
The,
tongue.
the support from the town has been terrific, it really has. And so thank you for that. We got a brand new roof over the middle school. We've got, new boilers at the high school. We've got new, fire, alarm system at the high school. Thank you very much. It was sorely needed, and, thank you for that support.
so the middle school roof has been completed?
Not,
Well,
Almost.
Almost.
Okay,
Almost.
I had a fire alarm system at the high school for $135,000. How was that funded if you said it's done?
That was capital, wasn't it?
that was a warrant article, I think, a couple of years ago.
I don't remember it. I'll
There
look.
check into it.
It's
Um,
84,000 now.
There was one in 2021, Fall Town Meeting 1021 High School Fire System. We were approved, it looks like for 280,000.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like we're completing the project and it came in much lower than expected. So I believe the balance remaining, I just have to double check, in the article is going to be 166,000. Which brings me to my next question, is there are some articles that we know that we have balances in that are not expended, so would it be helpful to the committee to forward that to
Yeah,
you?
close it.
Okay.
Tell them
Yeah.
you've expended all the
Yeah.
funds necessary to
Project's
complete the
complete.
project, and you
Okay.
need to close these off.
Treasurer's
Okay,
office
so send that
closed
to
them.
you, John, or send that?
Accounting.
To accounting, okay.
So we had replaced 5 steel doors,
Yeah, that's,
that was $25,000 for 5 years, has that been done?
no, I think the
No, I
idea
don't
was look
think
into
so.
an MSBA ARP program in the future
Okay.
for doors and windows replacement for that school, but
25,000 each year for 5 years.
yeah, I think the idea is instead of hitting capital, we're just trying to go through the MSBA and see if we can do kind of like a boiler replacement, roof replacement like we just did.
Right. And I think they were closed for any new projects for
Correct.
for a little
Last-
while, and then it finally
Opened up
reopened.
again.
Yep, yep.
Okay. any-
Chromebooks. How are they standing? Do you need more?
So we did the 3-year lease,
Mhm.
starting this year.
Yep.
And I think that should help us right now. I don't believe that we're in need of anything right now or in over the next 3 years. The Director of Technology did a forecast and a plan, and that 3-year lease should get us through over the next
Do the
year.
Chromebooks need to be updated at all? Operating systems?
Yeah, they cycle through
They-
them and they update
Mhm.
them, and we have IT.
Okay, so I'm just saying from a cost standpoint, usually when you
Yeah.
have to buy programs, they get expensive,
Mm.
especially the number of Chromebooks.
Mm.
You may want to look at that and let us know. Could qualify easily.
Should we mention the middle school? Because that's
Sure.
gonna come up
Yes,
at some
yeah.
point too.
Mhm.
So, just like the high school, we had the fire panel that was obsolete being replaced in all devices. We're running into the same issue that I just learned last week or the week before with the middle school. We have smoke detectors that are in there that are obsolete, and I cannot find any replacements. I reached out to our contracted service provider, MKM Fire Technologies, and he said, good luck finding those, and what will need to happen is you need to upgrade your fire panel to have devices be able to communicate back, because I can't replace them anymore.
I assume this is a safety issue.
It's a big safety issue,
So-
And your
so
cost?
I'm meeting with them on the 17th to go over, with Fire Equipment Inc. to see what that would
Why
cost.
don't you
But,
get
we-
back to us so we can
Yeah,
add
just
it
let
in
us know.
Yep,
the
so
meeting.
just a little, I guess,
and find out the time frame of how long it's gonna take to get stuff, because everything you wanna buy, instead of being like a week, is like 5 years, and all
Yeah.
this crazy stuff now. That's
luckily,
Something you don't wanna.
we just did this at the high school, so, that was 84,000 at the end of all
Could
of
be
it, so.
125 now.
Exactly, it all depends on how many devices we have, how many zones, et cetera. So, but we're running into the same issue there at the middle school, so just wanted to,
Every committee that comes in.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I'll put it on the plan for 135, just to have something there.
okay,
Yeah,
That's a line item, yeah.
Yeah, we need to
just to get-
recognize it.
Yep.
perfect.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of right now.
I know that every year you guys have kind of had school buses on kind of standing
It's
item.
supposed to be,
Yeah, if we can continue, thank you for that, and,
that's a program
Yeah, that's
Shelley
important.
and I,
Yeah,
Fred
Yeah.
Keith did.
Yeah, we funded 3 buses in
Long time ago.
special spring '24.
Yes.
right,
Mhm.
yeah,
I think the program we had was 4 new buses every year constantly.
yeah.
That way you're always up, and the buses have a max life of
yeah,
7 years.
they have, they're right.
Other than that, thank you for your support.
We got 2 transit vans that have been funded.
Yeah,
Mhm.
life's
Sounds
easy.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, we purchased 1 big bus and 2 of the special ed buses from 2021, I think. And then the one that you were talking about, the 2024, we've got a quote for 2 big buses right now that we
Yeah.
just are.
You really
looking
wanna
at.
look at a 7-year lifespan program,
Mhm.
because if you do it constantly, it's a constant debt, and it's easy. If you don't,
Right,
then
one
all of a
goes
Just
sudden,
off
makes the
and
debt
another
level.
goes
Comes
on.
off, goes
One
on.
goes on
Keeps
and
the
another.
debt
all of a
going.
sudden you have to replace like 10 buses in a dollar amount.
Plus you end up
It's
spending
crazy.
more money on repairs.
Yeah, we figured it all out, cost-wise, everything. And that goes back to 2008.
Yeah,
barring
that's
any
great, right.
Yeah, that's not rocket science.
unforeseen
You
happenings.
see what they did with the East School there?
I did today.
It's beautiful in the front there.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
That
nice
would-
shiny penny to do that.
That, well, you know, Marilyn Wally, who was, I think, Director of Planning and Economic Development, or whatever, Economic Development, got the federal government to sponsor
Oh.
and pay for a Head Start program for Wareham.
CPC.
That was very nice.
Yeah, and she went ahead and got it in there and everything else, and that's the only way that school is gonna get remodeled and everything else.
Yeah,
But then the Cape Verdean, most of the Cape Verdeans had to go to the Oak Grove School way back. So there was, we worked on trying to find a way to get the Cape Verdean Cultural Center Museum to be able to somehow get back in that building. And we were able to get the Head Start program to move to the East School.
that's amazing.
It's a win-win situation for
It's
everybody.
funny you mentioned that. I just drove by it today. I had never noticed it since.
Yeah, I mean, they just, in the last month, have really started
Yeah,
working on it.
they worked hard now. New roof, every
Everything,
second roof.
new front, everything.
Yeah.
It's great, because it's got a nice parking lot in the back, and everything.
Are they keeping that, the clock tower on top and everything,
far,
restoring all that?
Yeah.
Wow.
The
That's
current
nice.
project does not include that restoration, but it is in their plans.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah,
that's what I like to
nice.
do, is take buildings that, you know, become obsolete and not let them sit and do nothing.
Yeah, it's a
Repurpose
shame.
it.
Just like there's plans to redo the Everett School into housing
Mm.
and Turning Point.
Okay. Well, that's huge. It looks nice.
We keep going. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
guys.
Thank you, thank you. When is fall town meeting?
Fourth Monday,
in
October.
Fourth Monday in
Mm.
October.
It's probably on the 28th or something like that.
22nd?
Oh, okay.
No.
Fourth
28th.
Monday? Oh,
Fourth
okay,
Monday.
no, it's 28th.
28th.
Good guess.
Thank you.
28th.
Bye, Chris.
Bye,
I was
Peter.
looking at September.
Okay? Okay?
28th.
Go back?
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
He was only slightly nervous.
Huh?
Really has to go for the finance committee. Out there, people aren't gonna know what it is, they've got the agenda. Okay. So, since it's on there, what are you looking for?
I need someone to take a hard look at that page, those pages, to see whether or not the last time it was updated in 2011.
Do we want a committee member to do it, or do you wanna see if Derek can give us somebody administration wise or what?
Somebody needs to have it with a set of fresh eyes. I'm not sure who he has available to do it, but I can't see anybody in this committee that has the time to do that type of dig into it. But it's old and it needs to be updated.
All right, but if it's okay with the committee, I'll ask Derek if he can give us some help with it. See if we can get a volunteer, maybe for someone from the bylaw
Because
committee.
I'm finding this with a lot of committees, the web pages seem to be ignored and get old and not being updated.
Again, that's the responsibility of the chair of each committee, though. You're supposed to look at, You know-
This is why
I know,
since I was chair for just 2 weeks, I looked.
this has been an issue since 2005, that
Yes.
I know of. Especially like committee members and stuff. 2 to 1 so far. Okay. I'll get back with Jerry on your number 6 on the bylaw changes.
Yeah.
Because he gave us a printout and
Yeah,
everything.
the idea is, I thought the idea is what bylaw changes we want and then submit it to the bylaw change review committee.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
just myself, the thought process of changing what triggers a capital plan dollar
Mhm.
amount
Yeah,
definitely has to go up. And the numbers are way too low.
was that dollar amount in the bylaw or is it in a policy?
I'll go
I don't
back.
think it's in a bylaw.
It might be. I think
I
that,
don't remember dollar amounts being in a bylaw.
I'd have to go look, because I think I sent you the bylaws when I sent that out as well. I remember that's always been a sticking point. You know, one way to get around it, if you bought a used vehicle, it eliminated the piece, because it said new vehicle.
Mhm.
So if you bought a vehicle that was $50,000 used, you could buy it without going to capital
Yeah,
plan.
there's a
And
technicality.
we did it.
And we did.
We did. Yeah, we did. Terrible.
Yeah, I remember when the school department bought a bus from their transportation revolving account for $98,000. That was fun. Sure you know it was continuing.
It was a
to be up
Band-Aid.
again for another 10 years?
Yeah, one of the recommendations is that maybe if the department is using capital on their approved budget line, why does that item have to come back and be approved as a capital separate article if it's already included in their approved budget? That was one of the things that Jerry talked about.
Well, I mean, it's like,
Just some,
you have the school department, say the school department gets a grant, but it's in the budget that Derek accepts.
mhm.
So my comment earlier, because I didn't realize it wasn't there, they are getting paid twice for the same thing. You get a grant,
Yeah.
and you're using it for something which is in your budget that was submitted to the town. The town's approved that money is assigned to the school. And the way it works is the school can move money wherever they want. Originally, I think, John, we had the 5% rule was just because of the town only, not the school. At one time, the school had to observe it as well. They could only move money from one area that they assigned it to originally to another area. It was 5%.
You mean at the
max.
close of the year?
Yeah, but also during the year, if they wanted to move money from one account to another, it was a 5% limit. I don't think that's in effect. I'd have to go look up. I couldn't find it. I don't think it's in effect anymore. I don't think it was a policy either.
Was that internal, your,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't think that's in, place.
Yeah, but it was when I first
Yeah,
started.
because if they budgeted $100,000 in this item and it was incorrect the way it was set up, they couldn't spend that money.
I think it was, what it was, is if they basically overspend a particular account, they
yeah.
would move money from another account.
Yes, still
And-
can.
And you're only allowed to do 5% back to the
That
town.
I'm not sure on.
And I don't know if that's still there. We need to find out anyways.
You know, I could always take money in my operational budget.
Yeah.
If I ran out of money in a line item, I couldn't take,
It
money
could-
from
Because it's
another line
voted
item.
that
I
way.
just couldn't take money from salary portion and put it into
Correct.
operational.
So that's when they go over the line items at town meeting, they vote for salary and expense.
Yeah, but school only votes one number, period.
Right.
So therefore, we have no idea what it is.
So they
What
can take
makes it up?
salary money and use it for expenses, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, if you look at their, if you
Yes.
look
I
at
would have
the,
loved that.
If you,
the vote at town meeting, that's how it is.
That would have been,
Water pollution, so,
okay. Now, it says we need a 7th member.
Well, he
Yes.
showed up last meeting,
yes,
he wasn't on the agenda.
Did he,
that was my fault.
did he respond back to you that he's still interested?
No, I haven't got any answer from him.
Can you reach out to him again?
I sent him an email.
Can you reach out to him again?
They called, they couldn't reach him.
Not Scott.
Yep.
This is a new member.
What new member?
You said there's a new member.
No, we need a,
That's what I just said. I asked if,
sorry, I thought you were talking about,
it's 2 to 2.
I did too, yeah, I thought you were talking about Scott.
I thought you were talking about Scott.
No.
I'm just saying we need a 7th member, which is a 3rd member at large.
Okay, but we have nobody that's applied.
Hmm?
Nobody has applied, correct?
No, maybe they don't know there's an opening.
All right, then I will ask
gonna
the
update the
select board when they
website.
do their
Announcements
announcements. to-
indicate that there's an opening on capital planning.
Yeah, and that we don't charge the entertainment fee. You enjoy this, I'm telling you.
I have to not sit in between you two.
Oh, no, it's more fun.
certainly better than the root canal,
That's funny.
just barely better.
This is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun, actually.
Yeah, I know,
Okay, item number 8, any unanticipated items received in the last 48 hours. What did we start with? We said we're gonna put off to that.
We were talking bylaw changes.
Yeah. So Jerry has his bylaws that he wanted to do, so maybe at the next meeting we'll pull the paperwork out. I know he wanted to change the dollar amounts. That was obvious in the
yeah,
thing.
you wanted to raise the amounts,
And we have to, it
He did a lot of
the
work.
threshold
did a
amounts.
lot of work on that stuff.
He did a lot of work, it's all right here.
You could double those amounts
I
and
don't
still be
have
under
Scott
his
in my-
statistics,
Yeah,
those
I know.
numbers he can't.
I don't have Scott in my phone.
I don't know.
Oh, just depends on what you,
Yeah.
what level of controls you
We've
want.
talked about
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Basically
a town,
with that,
increased those numbers for a long
This is
time.
what Jerry did.
Yeah,
You have this?
Yes, he does.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he was very nice, he went, sent me everything.
Okay.
But he still owes me $10. That's it, anybody else? Anybody want anything
Next
on the
meeting
agenda for the
date?
next meeting? We're gonna have to have Scott, I guess, come before us. Do you wanna do it a week from now? We're getting close.
11th.
We have to.
But look at me.
You're on the committee.
You're the committee.
I don't know why he's, okay.
Why don't we, today is Wednesday, 1 o'clock, let's make it next week, Wednesday, 1 o'clock.
9/11,
it's okay.
huh?
Yeah.
It's okay with me.
It's a tough day for me.
It's a tough day for it's a tough day for everybody, Joe.
Absolutely.
It's a very sad day.
It is a bad day.
Okay,
1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
Make a motion.
Invite Scott.
Invite
Yes.
Scott and double check with Derek to see if there's any other department.
Yeah, he should check with the department heads and,
Yep.
and anyone that has items,
Yep.
get them in here next,
Put them on the agenda.
so we don't do this all.
Yeah, and then the meeting after that, we'll start to talk a little more seriously about how we do funding, and basically that meeting would be with John and with Derek.
No,
And the board.
9/11 is gonna be 1 o'clock as well.
Is that okay for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion adjourned.
Yeah, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
2:36.
This late entertainment is 2 to 2.